As competitors, just seeing the work ethic that he put into the game. He had zero flaws offensively, zero. You backed off of him, he could shoot the three. You pick, you body him up a little bit, he can go around you. He can shoot the mid range. He can post. He can make free throws. He has zero flaws offensively, and that's something that I admired as well. Just being at a point where the defense will always be at bay, where they couldn't guard you at all offensively, where you just felt like you was just immortal offensively because of your skill set and your work ethic.
Kobe Bryant is one of the most loved and followed NBA players of all time. In Bryant's 2-decade career with the Los Angeles Lakers, Bryant had championships, scoring titles, and MVPs to his name. Today, we will be talking about Kobe Bryant's stories, specifically about his work ethic. Kobe Bryant, who as we all know, unfortunately recently passed away, was well known for his work ethic. Just hours before Bryant's death, LeBron James remarked that he had been inspired by Bryant's work ethic throughout his own NBA career. From his early morning workouts to marathon shooting sessions to a relentless desire to improve himself, today we will be talking about some of the craziest examples and stories of Kobe Bryant's work ethic. Before we start, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would subscribe so you could make sure to never miss a video posted. And with that being said, guys, let's begin. During his high school days, Kobe used to follow what some called the 4 a.m. rule. This was basically the rule Kobe followed, in which during high school, Kobe woke up every single day at 4 a.m. before his team started basketball practice, just to work on his craft before any of his teammates did. And by the time Kobe was joined by his teammates at 8 in the morning, he was already 4 hours ahead of them. Keep in mind, this was when Kobe was in high school, not the NBA, which just shows the work ethic Kobe had from such a young age. Next up takes place in the summer of 2012 during Team USA training. It started when Kobe's trainer, Rob, gave Kobe his phone number and basically told Kobe to call him anytime he needed to do some extra conditioning work. 2 days later, Kobe woke up Rob with a call at 4:15 in the morning asking him to help him out with some conditioning work. Rob agreed, and about 20 minutes later, he went to meet Kobe in the gym. When Rob arrived at the training facility, he there saw Kobe Bryant alone, drenched in so much sweat that it looked like he just came out of a pool. It was not even 5 a.m. yet. The two of them worked on conditioning for about 75 minutes, then did about 45 minutes of weight training, and then at 7 a.m., Rob went back to his hotel room to get some quick rest before the day's practice. Meanwhile, Kobe went back to the gym to practice his shooting. Rob was expected back at 11 a.m., so he slept a couple of hours, got a quick breakfast, and then headed back to the gym, exhausted and sleep deprived. When he arrived, he saw all of the members of Team USA there. LeBron was talking to Melo, Coach Krzyzewski was explaining something to Kevin Durant, and on the right side of the facility, all by himself, Kobe was shooting jumpers alone. Rob proceeded to go up to Kobe to tell him, "Good work this morning." To which Kobe replied, "Huh?" "Like the conditioning. Good work," Rob said. "Oh yeah, thanks Rob. I really appreciate it," said Kobe. So Rob responds with, "So when did you finish?" "Finish what?" Kobe said. "Getting your shots up." "What time did you leave the facility?" "Oh, just now. I wanted 800 makes, so yeah, just now." Rob's jaw obviously dropped after hearing this. Kobe was drenched in sweat before 5 a.m., worked with Rob on strength and conditioning for 2 hours, then made 800 shots between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m., and all of this took place before practice. This story just shows how hard Kobe was willing to work day and night to be the best player he could possibly be. The next story goes back to when Kobe was in high school. Kobe used to pick out bench warmers from his high school basketball team and practice new moves on them. Some even said that these players were often referred to as Kobe's guinea pigs. Yes, guinea pigs. And Kobe also used to choose random players after practice and play them one-on-one to 100. Yes, you heard that correct, 100. Kobe played them until he would score 100 points. And the most anyone has ever scored against Kobe in one of these games is 12 points. The next story takes place during the first night of Team USA basketball camp, which at the time was taking place in Las Vegas. Kobe reportedly wanted to go on a bike ride, so Kobe asked his trainer, Tim Grover, that he wanted to add in bike training to his summer conditioning. Grover researched a trail in Las Vegas and then rented 3 bikes, one for Bryant, one for himself, and one for Bryant's security guard. And on the night before the first day of practice, they each put on headlamps and headed out to the trail and rode their bikes. The bike ride wasn't just your average bike ride though. It was a Kobe Bryant bike ride. This was a 40-mile bike ride through the middle of the desert in the middle of the night. To take into account how long this bike ride really was, considering Central Park is 2.5 miles from beginning to end, according to this Wikipedia source, it was as if Kobe rode from the beginning of Central Park to the end of Central Park 16 times. And according to Bryant's trainer, they finished the bike ride at around 2:30 in the morning and were right back in the gym working out at 7 in the morning. For the last story, Shaq describes Kobe during his rookie season practicing moves without a ball. Just listen to the way Shaq stories. Kobe's work ethic was something that we've never seen before from anybody else and might never see again. Kobe was nicknamed the Black Mamba for a reason, and he probably worked harder at basketball than anybody has ever worked who played the game of basketball. Hopefully, we can all learn something special from Kobe, as he taught us that with hard work, anything is truly possible. Jason Williams once stated that Kobe told him to his face, "I wanted you to know that it doesn't matter how hard you work, but that I am willing to work harder than you." Again, this is just another example of Kobe's mindset and work ethic, also known as the Mamba mentality. If you made it to the end, thank you guys very much for watching. I really want to thank you guys a ton for all of the recent support we have gotten, as we just hit 400 subscribers. Each one of you guys truly mean the world to me, and if you didn't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more weekly basketball and NBA content.